Chosen one, open your heart and hear this. What reaches your ears right now is not ordinary audio drifting from a screen. If these words have found you in this precise instant, it is no accident. This message has been traveling through the unseen world long before it appeared before your eyes. The divine has been nudging you, stirring you, calling your name, and now his voice arrives with unmistakable clarity and sacred urgency. Stay centered, chosen one, and make your way home before the moment slips away. This is not a call to fear. It is a call to awareness. Something around you is rearranging itself. Something inside you is being awakened. Perhaps you've sensed it already. A sudden heaviness in the air, a quiet movement within your spirit, an unexpected desire to step back from the noise, to slow down, to detach from confusion, to return to a place of refuge and stillness. That internal pull you feel is not fantasy. It is not a stray mood. It is divine direction. God is shifting his chosen vessels. He is drawing them in, repositioning them, separating them from distractions, preparing them for the chapter ahead. The timing of this preparation is intentional. It carries weight. Pathways around you are closing silently while new ones are forming in the invisible. But you must be in the right environment, in the right posture, at the right moment in order to step into them. This is why God is whispering into your spirit, remain calm. What approaches on the horizon requires clarity, surrender, and spiritual sensitivity. It is written, be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10, stillness is not the absence of action. Stillness is alignment. Before we move deeper into this prophetic flow, pause for a moment and take 3 simple steps. Tap the like button, subscribe so together we can gather 40,000 chosen souls, and type the number 99 in the comments. That number echoes protection, fulfillment, and divine positioning. It may feel like a small gesture, but in the invisible realm, it becomes a signal. It magnifies the reach of this message, so that every chosen soul meant to hear these words will be guided to them at the appointed time. And listen closely. If you are truly one of God's anointed, your spirit will not drift away casually. You will feel drawn to stay until the final word, because somewhere deep inside, you already recognize that this message is meant for you. If you find yourself feeling uneasy, distracted, or strangely tempted to close this before it ends, take notice. That is often the sign that spiritual resistance is trying to pull you away from truth. But for those who remain, for those who listen from beginning to end, your direction, your perception, and your understanding of what God is shaping in this season will not remain the same. Let us step even deeper into what God desires to reveal to you before the doorway closes. Right now, in this exact breath, God is reaching toward you personally. Not toward a crowd, not toward a nameless audience, but toward you. Feel it in that quiet chamber within your chest. That gentle inner voice whispering, I am right here. The world may feel loud, unstable, and chaotic. Fear is trying to grip minds everywhere. Yet God's voice slices through the noise. He declares, do not be afraid, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10. This is a divine moment to breathe, to pause, to anchor yourself in Him. Your stillness in this hour is not only for your own strength. It becomes a light for those connected to you. Imagine a fierce storm raging, lightning cutting the sky, thunder cracking through the air. And in the middle of all that chaos, picture a small lake, untouched, unmoving, quietly calm. That still water is your spirit. When you rest under God's direction, you are not wandering alone through this storm. God is holding your hand, even when you cannot understand the full picture of what He is arranging. Every hardship you encounter is not punishment. It is preparation. Every difficult moment is groundwork for breakthrough. All things work together for good to those who love God. Romans 8:28. He wants you to feel the depth of that truth. To know that no matter what unfolds today, your calm and steady heart becomes your greatest defense. You are a vessel of divine light. By choosing calm over panic, you allow God's hand to move with greater freedom in your life. Fear is common to the world, but you are not common. You are chosen. Fear clouds vision and disconnects you from God's flow. Today, every surge of worry, Every wave of tension, every tremble in your thoughts is not just a feeling. It is a test of your spiritual discipline. Emotions are powerful. They add depth, fire, and color to your journey. But when unrestrained, they can mislead you and drag you into places God never intended for you. God is inviting you to stand steady. Each slow breath you release, every moment you choose patience instead of panic, strengthens your spirit and protects your path. Think of a seasoned captain guiding a ship through a violent storm. The waves crash high, the wind roars, the sky is dark. If the captain breaks into panic, the ship is lost. If the captain remains calm and focused, the vessel survives. You are that captain. Your emotions are the storming waves, but your spirit, guided by God, must hold the wheel. Emotional mastery does not mean pretending you feel nothing. It means choosing to rise above fear. This mastery opens the doorway to miracles. Panic bolts it shut. When fear rises, remind yourself, this feeling is temporary, but God's promise is eternal. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Every moment of steady clarity, every second of patience aligns you to witness what others will only hear about. You are stronger than the turmoil moving within you. God has selected you, and divine timing always honors those who wait with quiet confidence and trust. In seasons of disruption, your words carry even greater weight. They can lift up or tear down. Today, God instructs you to guard your speech. Measure your words before allowing them to leave your mouth. Rash speech can ignite conflict, misrepresent your spirit, or attract problems that had no reason to appear. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. Speak only when your heart is aligned with His direction. Let silence become your protection when uncertainty tries to push you into reaction. Picture a mighty river. When directed and properly channeled, it nourishes and sustains. When wild and uncontrolled, it consumes, erodes, and destroys. Your words are that river. Protect them. Let your speech reflect wisdom, patience, and faith. By speaking intentionally, you honor the sacred purpose on your life. You invite blessings instead of battles. Remember this, silence is not weakness. Silence can be strength, humility, and trust in God. When the world provokes you to respond, hold your position. Let your calm presence and deliberate words express what it truly means to be chosen. Now listen closely. God is calling you home, to step away for a moment, to seek sanctuary in your own space. This is not confinement or punishment. This is protection in its purest form. Your home, your room, that quiet place you retreat to becomes a sanctuary. A holy space where prayer, reflection, and spiritual communion can unfold without distraction. The world outside may feel chaotic, unstable, and overflowing with fear. But within your sacred space, divine harmony can dwell. In that atmosphere, miracles begin silently. In that stillness, your thoughts become sharp, and your heart softens enough to hear clearly. Remaining home, choosing seclusion for a season, becomes an act of faith and surrender. It is your way of showing God, I trust your timing. I choose to wait. Let your home become a spiritual cradle, a sacred chamber where something new is being shaped within you, a place where your energy is replenished, a place where your prayers rise higher and your connection with God deepens. In that atmosphere of holiness, you are guarded, strengthened, and prepared for the remarkable moments that are moving toward you. Patience in this chapter is not laziness, it is divine strength. In a world obsessed with speed, God calls you to a different tempo. You cannot drag a miracle into existence on your own schedule. You cannot pull at a seed and force it into faster growth. You nurture it, you water it, you give it warmth, and you trust the process. Your life is that seed. Every delay you cannot explain may actually be God preparing something greater. Every pause strengthens you for what is coming. Every patient moment deepens your roots. When you slow down and choose trust instead of panic, the design of God's plan begins to reveal itself. Opportunities that once seemed strange suddenly become clear. Doors that once felt shut reveal themselves as divine protection instead of rejection. Patience gives your spirit sight. The faster you rush, the more you overlook. The more you wait with prayer, the more visible the path becomes. Today, circumstances may challenge you, trigger you, push you. God is telling you, do not react from fear or irritation. Stand firm in your spirit. Speak little. Allow my plan to unfold. Impulsive decisions create avoidable setbacks. Steady endurance attracts favor. Picture a mighty tree facing a violent storm. The branches bend, but the roots refuse to move. You, chosen one, are rooted in God's power. Even when life feels urgent, even when voices insist you must hurry, you must respond now. Remember this: you lose nothing by pausing in God's presence, but you risk everything by reacting from fear. Say nothing unless the Spirit leads you. Your silence can become a declaration of trust. In that stillness, your heart is saying, God, I trust you with what I cannot control. That posture draws miracles toward you. It shows heaven that you are steady, wise, and ready for more. Prayer in this moment of your life is not optional. It is your lifeline, your direct contact with the one who sees what you cannot. Today, set your heart to pray with deeper intention. You do not need complex language. Let your spirit speak. Whisper if you need to. Let your thoughts themselves turn into prayers. Every honest word, every small, quiet plea, God help me, tightens your bond with Him and opens doors no human could open. Service also plays a sacred role in your alignment. Even the smallest acts of compassion carry extraordinary power in heaven's sight. A gentle word, a patient response, a helping hand, all of these send waves of favor back into your own life. Whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. Matthew 25:40. When you pray and serve with sincerity, you align yourself with the river of miracles already flowing in your direction. Deep intimacy with God is more than routine. It is relationship. It reshapes the way you perceive fear, uncertainty, and challenge. The more time you spend in His presence, the less grip fear has over your mind. Your soul becomes stronger, steadier, brighter. Chosen one, the miracles you have been asking for are already in motion. Some are hovering nearer than you realize. You may not see them yet, but God is orchestrating every detail behind the curtain. These are not superficial blessings. They are profound transformations meant to confirm that you are truly chosen. Prepare your heart, ready your mind and spirit to receive. Imagine the sunrise after a long and exhausting night. You have walked through seasons of confusion, heartache, and warfare. Soon the light will break through. The opportunities coming toward you will feel almost unreal. The key is readiness. Remove distractions. Lower the world's noise. Anchor yourself in prayer. Miracles often arrive quietly, blending into ordinary moments. Sometimes they come in forms that stretch your understanding or challenge your comfort. By staying peaceful and patient, you allow these blessings to enter your life freely. They will bring joy, strength, and spiritual elevation that will surprise even you. Your body and spirit are deeply linked. As you cultivate calm and patience, you will feel your energy rising again. Where exhaustion once lived, strength will return. Where your thoughts once scattered, clarity will settle. Emotional storms drain the body, but emotional discipline brings harmony. Picture your body as an orchestra, each organ and thought an instrument. When fear and anger dominate, the sound becomes wild and disordered. When your emotions surrender to God, the music shifts. There is balance. There is rhythm. Your mind becomes sharp. Your movements become intentional. This rising vitality is not just physical. It is spiritual strength overflowing into your daily life. Every situation you encounter today, no matter how confusing or unpredictable, is another opportunity to reveal who you truly are, chosen, covered, guided. God is shaping your path. Even when the world feels chaotic, when you respond with peace instead of panic, you declare to both heaven and earth that you trust the one leading you. See yourself as a lighthouse on a raging shore. Waves strike, winds howl, yet the light refuses to fade. Your calm is not weakness. It shifts the atmosphere. It reveals solutions that fear would have hidden. Many of the blessings you're waiting for are hidden behind a door called peace. When you refuse to be moved, that passage finally unlocks. The rewards of your patience, your faith, and your quiet obedience draw close. God is shaping blessings that carry your name and your purpose. Restoration, provision, new pathways, revelation, and moments that fulfill what you were created to do are forming. Imagine a farmer who has spent months tending earth and seed. His labor was silent, sometimes unnoticed. Yet when the harvest arrives, everything becomes clear. Your prayers, your discipline, your whispered yes to God when the world told you to quit are beginning to bloom. Not everyone receives what you are about to receive. Only those who remain steady, peaceful, and faithful are prepared for these gifts. Trust becomes the bridge that spans the distance between fear and the miraculous. When difficulties rise, God does not require you to understand every detail. He asks you to lean into Him, to believe that for every challenge, a divine solution is already forming. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own insight. Proverbs 3:5. Picture a tightrope walker suspended above the ground. If they focus on the fall, fear freezes them. If they trust the rope, their training, and the support beneath them, they continue forward with balanced, certain steps. Your trust in God is that foundation. It carries you even when the road ahead is hidden. When you trust Him fully, your challenges transform. They stop appearing like punishments and begin looking like pathways. Lessons, stepping stones. You come to understand you have not been forsaken. You have been guided. Stillness in this moment becomes a form of might. When everything inside you wants to hurry, argue, defend, or explain, God calls you to stillness rooted in faith. When you stop reacting impulsively and surrender your timing to His will, events begin aligning in ways you could never have orchestrated. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Imagine a calm lake catching the glow of dawn. The water must remain still to reveal a perfect reflection. In the same way, when your heart is quiet, your life reflects God's order with clarity. Your stillness becomes a magnet for the right opportunities, the right people, the right breakthroughs. Your calm energy also speaks loudly to others. Without preaching, your peace becomes evidence. People will sense it. They will wonder how you stayed centered while everything around you trembled. That is part of your purpose as a chosen soul. Your mission today is not only to endure, it is to master yourself. Fear, anger, and reactive impulses are distractions, traps meant to pull you from your spiritual path. God is lifting you higher. He's teaching you to rise beyond instinct and embrace disciplined intention. Imagine a seasoned archer aiming at a distant mark. Any tremble, any impatience, and the arrow veers off course. Emotional mastery is that steady hand. By ruling what happens within you, you create space for God to shape what unfolds around you. This sacred assignment requires awareness. Observe your reactions. Notice when fear tries to speak on your behalf. When pressure builds, slow your breath and recall why you are here. You are not merely pushing through another day. You are being shaped for purpose. The moment you have sensed stirring in your spirit draws near. Miracles are already taking form around you, even if you cannot yet detect them. Your chosen identity is no longer just a promise. It is stepping into visibility. These miracles may appear as unexpected doors, restored connections, sudden understanding, or blessings that defy logic. The universe is not opposing you. It is bending under God's direction in your favor. Every prayer, every tear, every moment you chose peace instead of panic is producing a harvest. Let whatever comes fill you with gratitude, not pride. Let it remind you that God remembered you. Life can shift with surprising speed. God's movements are often swift, stunning, and breathtaking. The answer is not to live in panic about what might unfold, but in quiet readiness. Expect the unexpected, but with serenity, never suspicion. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean, watching wave after wave rise and descend. Some waves are smooth, others crash with force. Some deliver shells, treasures, and unexpected gifts to your feet. God's interventions resemble those waves, sometimes powerful, sometimes gentle, but always intentional. Prepare your heart and mind. Let patience, faith, and inner quiet walk with you. Then when something sudden arrives, whether it looks confusing or thrilling, you will not be shaken. You will say, God, I trust that this too is shaping good for me. Miracles rarely step in with loud announcements. They often slip into your life wrapped in ordinary moments. A simple call, a brief encounter, a small spark of inspiration. The task of a chosen one is to remain spiritually awake. Picture a seed buried deep beneath the soil. It makes no announcement, yet one day it becomes a towering tree. In the same way, miracles grow quietly beneath the surface long before they appear. Every small shift, every coincidence, every subtle nudge may carry deeper meaning than you realize. Do not restrict your hopes to what you can anticipate. God is not confined by your reasoning or your schedule. A blessing may first appear as a problem, a closed door, a detour, or an ending you did not expect. Only later will you see it was preparation for something far greater. Stay aware, stay receptive. Let faith keep your spiritual vision wide. The more you acknowledge the small blessings, the more room you create for the larger ones. Gratitude is a master key. Divine signs are one way God communicates with his chosen ones, repeating numbers, vivid dreams, familiar phrases, faces that reappear. None of it is coincidental when you walk closely with God. Each sign carries a gentle message, a quiet pull that says, "Look here, pay attention, shift this way." When something unusual catches your attention, do not hurry past it. Pause, pray, and ask, "God, what are you showing me?" Even the softest impression can redirect your journey in powerful ways. A small hesitation in your spirit may save you from harm. A peaceful nudge may guide you into a blessing. Every sign invites more trust, more listening, more closeness with God. As you respond in humility, your sensitivity to his whispers grows, and your path becomes illuminated. Transformation often appears sudden, not because nothing was happening, but because everything was happening beneath the surface. As a chosen one, prepare yourself for shifts that appear overnight, but are truly the harvest of everything you have planted. Picture a small creature wrapped in its chrysalis, hidden from the world in a silence that seems endless. Nothing on the outside suggests transformation, yet at a single unseen moment, the shell breaks open and a new form rises, radiant and unbound. Your journey is moving toward moments like that. Quiet seasons suddenly birthing shifts in your finances, your relationships, your purpose, your inner calm. Do not be alarmed when tests appear just before these shifts. Minor disruptions, strange delays, unusual pushback, these often signal that change is drawing near. They strengthen you, polish you, and make sure you can stand inside the blessings heading your way. Barriers that once felt immovable will dissolve. Situations that refuse to move will begin to open. God is removing the hidden weights in your path, one layer at a time. Imagine a road littered with fallen branches. Someone slowly clearing each one until the way is clean again. That is the work God is doing in the unseen spaces of your life. Remain steady during this clearing. Some blockages fall away instantly. Others are lifted slowly for your protection and maturity. Each barrier removed whispers, "I am preparing space for what belongs to you." Not every blessing arrives with noise. Many come disguised. God tucks gifts inside common days and ordinary people. The chosen must learn to look beneath the surface. Think of a chest filled with treasure buried deep beneath the earth. Only those who trust something valuable is there will dig long enough to uncover it. In the same way, blessings hide in your responsibilities, in small assignments, in unexpected dialogue, a connection that reshapes your future, a simple idea that becomes a calling, a quiet yes that opens an enormous door. Teach your heart to appreciate small gifts, a calm morning, a kind sentence, an opportunity that seems insignificant. When you value these moments, you whisper back to God, "I recognize your fingerprints even here." And such recognition draws more into your life. God's shield over you is active even when you cannot sense it. You are protected in ways that escape your understanding. Harm intended for you collapses before it arrives. Doors you wished would open but remained shut were sometimes divine barriers guarding you from unseen risk. No weapon formed against you shall stand. Isaiah 54:17. Envision a silent guardian at your side, watchful and steady. You may not witness their presence, but you never walk alone. This does not guarantee a life free of struggle, but it does guarantee you will never face those struggles unguarded. When people misinterpret your heart or come against your name, You do not need to retaliate. God's justice is exact and unfailing. He sees every hidden intention, hears every whisper spoken in shadows. With time, he restores your honor, rebalances what was harmed, and shields the promises placed over your life. He does not require your outrage to accomplish this. Your task is to stay composed, centered, and righteous. Let God deal with the storm sent your way. While he removes the wreckage, you keep walking toward your calling. Abundance is nearing. Not merely financial gain, but opportunities, direction, vision, provision. Doors may open where you saw none. New paths may appear. New paths may appear. Unexpected resources may find you. None of this is accident. It is the visible manifestation of seeds you planted long before. Picture a calm river swelling into powerful currents after days of gentle, unseen rain. Blessings can arrive in this same way, quietly prepared, then suddenly overflowing with strength. Receive them gently, not with fear, but with humility. Abundance is not meant only to comfort you, but to equip you to uplift others. Prepare your spirit to handle overflow wisely. Distinguish between doors meant for you and doors meant to distract you. Not every opportunity is divine. Let gratitude and inner peace be your compass. Again, remember the weight of your words in this season. They are not empty vibrations. They craft atmospheres, influence people, and shape results. Today, choose your words with purpose. When unsure, silence is safer than speaking destruction over your own future. Like a craftsman molding steel, every sentence should carry intention. Speak life, not curses. Build, do not break. When emotions grow heated, pause, breathe, pray. Then speak from faith, not reaction. A profound spiritual sharpening is approaching your inner senses. You will begin to perceive signals, symbols, and truths you once overlooked. Your discernment will sharpen. Confusion will lift. You will feel a subtle inner yes or no guiding your choices with clarity. It will resemble mist rising from a valley, revealing paths that were hidden. Streams of help, solutions, and opportunities you never noticed will become visible. This awakening is a divine gift. It is designed to keep you aligned with your purpose. Trust these inner whispers. They are not coincidence. They are responses to prayers you may have forgotten you prayed. And healing, deep real healing, is approaching. Healing of your body, your emotions, your spirit, your relationships, places within you that felt dry and hollow will come alive again. Picture a garden long abandoned, suddenly touched by rain and warm light, bursting with blooms where only dust once lived. That is what God is awakening inside you, restoring what was shattered, reviving what had grown dim, strengthening what had grown frail. Stay grounded. Return home not only in body but in soul. Return to peace, to prayer, to presence. The path has been exhausting. The battle has been intense, but the rewards will be extraordinary. Stand prepared. Stay quiet within. Watch how the divine unveils itself around you, confirming beyond all doubt that you are truly chosen. And as we reach the end of this message, hear this without distraction. If something in these words stirred your spirit, if something inside you recognized truth, if you felt reminded that God is still moving, still leading, still healing, still shaping your story, pay attention. If you feel led to help carry this message further, a link is pinned in the comments. No offering is too small. Jesus honored the widow who offered only 2 coins in Mark 12, showing that heaven does not measure the size of the gift but the heart from which it comes. Even the smallest seed of generosity can deliver hope into someone's darkest hour. Amen.